being started, but I thought this would be a good series for young entrepreneurs who are kind of seasoned, to kind of have a conversation about, being an entrepreneur. And so just let's start out by just telling people a little bit about you and what you do.
My name is Moneshia Jones. I live here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm a phlebotomist, been a phlebotomist, medical assistant, patient care tech for over 22 years.
Okay.
I work at Northside Hospital as well, and I have my own business, a
Okay.
mobile phlebotomy company, White Labs, that I run here in the metro Atlanta area.
Okay.
Um, this is me. This is what I do, and I love. Been doing it for a very long time. I started out in a nursing home as a CNA.
Okay.
I wanted to be more, so I decided to go back to school and get something more, and that's when I ended up getting into medical school, Atlanta Medical, and started doing patient care technician.
Okay.
After getting out of school, I ended up landing a job at Grady Memorial Hospital here in Atlanta, and that was the best place I ever worked because
Okay. I've
that's
heard
where I
about Grady.
started.
Okay.
That's where I started, and that's what gave me my passion about being a medical assistant and a phlebotomist.
Okay.
I worked in the ER for over 10 years there. So after working there, I started traveling, doing travel phlebotomy.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up moving to Illinois to
Okay.
start working at Rush University Hospital.
Okay.
But working there taught me a lot more. I ended up getting management skills, ended up getting organization skills, and a teaching position where I was helping doctors and nurses do IV starts
Okay.
and also drawing blood, showing them the difference between IV starts and drawing blood.
Definitely a difference.
Yes.
Okay.
So that was a very good learning experience for me as well. After doing that, I decided I wanted to do something different. And that's what made me decided, hey, I want to work for myself now.
Okay.
What can I do to fulfill something I want? My children are growing up. They're just about grown.
Okay.
And I wanted to do something that would fulfill me.
Okay.
That's when I came up with the idea of doing White Labs after seeing many of my elderly patients unable to get to the doctor's office during the week.
Okay.
That mainly was my focus on them.
So when
But
did you actually start White Labs? How long has White Labs been in existence?
since 2017, I started
Okay.
in February 2017.
Okay.
February. I've been in business now 2 years. First year was a bust.
Okay.
I didn't make any money, didn't know what I was doing.
Okay.
When I started, I just thought, hey, I got a business. I'm going to have all this clientele. People are going to
Right.
help me. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. That didn't happen.
Of course.
I didn't know you had to go through a trial run. I didn't know you had to have certain certificates. I didn't know you had to have certain business license. And I didn't know a lot of things that you're supposed to have that basically said you're a business owner and an
Right.
entrepreneur.
There you go.
So it's worth learning,
Definitely.
and everyone that I asked wanted money. And when you're starting out, you don't have money.
Right.
You're basically investing in yourself from your own private funds, unless you know how to write grants or take a business loan and get the bulk of the money.
Right.
You're basically investing in yourself from your own money.
Right.
So I finally found someone who could help me get that started. And that was one of my mentors at the business administration here in Atlanta.
Okay.
Free service. I
Awesome.
advise anyone to jump in with them because they can help you from the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Great.
They're going to make sure you do everything correctly. They're going to make sure you file your paperwork correctly. And they're going to partner you with someone that can actually make sure you're doing everything right, that has already had a business or been in business more than 10 years.
So that was your local SBA association,
Yes,
right? Correct. Awesome. So
my local
that's a great
SBA.
resource.
Yes, very great resource. And then I ended up running into you, Mr. Harley. So,
Okay.
I mean, that was more inspiration for me by listening to how long you had been in the business and how you started your own company. And then I wanted to pick your brain and ask you questions. And then I was like, I can't keep asking questions and not.
Yes, you can. You sure can. That's the way to learn. That's the way to learn, is to ask questions. If you don't ask questions, then you're kind of flapping out the wind, like your first year, right? Your first year, you
Yes.
thought that you could just skyrocket, but it wasn't that. So,
No, it was a lot of work, and which I don't mind doing.
mhm,
Doing the work was not a hard thing. It was knowing how to do the work properly on the right path. You
right.
have to have a path and accomplishment.
Okay.
One thing that I've learned since I've started were the three most basic things. Never compromise your price.
There you go.
Always have integrity and quality service. And
Good.
three, make sure you always stay consistent.
Oh, goodness. That's awesome.
Yes,
Okay.
those were the most amazing things that I had to learn on my own, but now I can see a difference.
Good.
So I'm not rich yet,
Mhm.
but I'm claiming millionaire status
All
this
right.
year.
All right.
But I can see the difference. And as you see the growth, things start to change with you. Your circumstances start to change. Your business operation starts to change. And your mindset starts to change as well.
Okay.
And you start doing things differently. You start operating better. You start getting more people noticing you, and you start getting invited to certain things. And when you get invited to those things, follow through.
Definitely. That's
Always follow through those things so they'll know that you are serious about what you're doing. One, two, to make sure that they understand you're passionate about what you're saying and what you're doing. And another thing that they want to see is, are you really an entrepreneur? Are you really who you say you are? They want to see that. And if they invite you to a speaking engagement, whether just to show up and hang out into a localized meeting, go there and enjoy.
definitely.
Show your face, smile, shake hands, get to know everybody
Yeah.
because it's a beautiful experience. It's a learning experience, and you never know who you might meet that can ultimately help you get something better
Right.
or get another partnership.
So, Monisha, what would you say? Like you explained, like your first year was a bust, but like in the process, what would be your pain point? What things have you noticed that was like, oh my goodness, I didn't know that thing or those things would be so challenging or difficult?
I didn't know going out pitching my sales of my company would be so hard
Mm, okay.
because you're starting out. They want to know, hey, she's new around here. I've never seen her before. I
Hmm.
don't know what she can do for me. You sure she's legit? What kind of business owner is this? Why
Yeah.
are you here at my company? And a lot of people are going to tell you no. A lot of people are going to tell you, how long have you been doing this?
Right.
Regardless of how seasoned you are in your field, they're still going to have skepticism because you're a new kid on the block in business,
Right.
not because of your skill set,
Right.
just because of your business title, owner and operator.
So
So
would you
now they,
say not to wear your feelings so much on your sleeve in this?
yes,
Yeah,
you
and as an
can't you
entrepreneur?
can't wear your sleeve. You can't wear your feelings at all on your sleeve
Okay.
when you're in the
Okay, good.
business of doing that. You have to be mindset with thinking logically.
Hmm.
You have to make sure they understand what place you're coming from as an owner, a business person, and an entrepreneur, and a financial standpoint
Good.
of what you can do for their company.
Right.
Because a lot of people want to know, hey, well, hey, this company charged me this. So what can you charge me and give me on the back end?
Right.
It just depends on what you're willing to negotiate. If
Right.
you're willing to negotiate what you can give them and they're willing to give you a try, take it. Sometimes I have to negotiate, hey, I can cut the mileage out, but you're still going to pay this price of my services and what I'm going to do.
So
And I'm like, hey, we can do that.
what's non-negotiable for you then? What's non-negotiable for you? As a
What's
business owner, as an
non-negotiable?
entrepreneur, what's non-negotiable for you?
What would be a non-negotiable thing for me would be you telling me that I would have to do an hourly wage. That
Okay.
I cannot do
Okay.
because I won't make any money because I can see 50 people in an hour and still not make my quota for the day and the money that I want.
Okay.
I want to get paid by the person or contract status. So
Okay.
that's why I get always have a contract ready of what you're willing to do and what you're willing to settle for.
Okay.
So
So if I was
that's
paying you
why
$100 an hour, you're saying no hourly wage.
no,
Okay.
no
So
hourly wage.
you don't want the mindset of an hourly wage. You want a rate payment. Okay.
Yes, I
Okay.
do. Reason being because per patient or per container or thing that I have set for myself, I can't see me doing an hourly wage at this moment because of the simple fact I've done the hourly wage for over 20 years.
Okay.
And there's no benefit to that because I still would have to purchase my own insurance. I
Mm-hmm.
still would have to purchase any other benefits that I need for me or my family.
Okay.
So that's why I would not take that
Okay.
because I would honestly love because I do my own individual thing. I don't want someone else to tell me what I'm willing to get or have because you're only going to give me this hourly wage. And then you're going to tell me you got a 2 hour cap. I might not be able to give the quality service that you need in a
Right.
2 hour cap
Right.
or a 3 hour cap. I might need a whole 8 hours.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I can't do the hourly wage from that standpoint.
Okay. So what's unique about White Labs though? So what would make me as a customer, potential customer, come to you guys or to your
You don't
service?
even have to come to me because I'm going to come to you.
Okay.
Wherever you are at your business place, if you want to do that, I come to you at night or in the morning, depending on your situation and where you like me to be. The most unique thing that you would get from me is you're going to smile the whole time and it's going to be minimal pain is what I can say. I can't say you won't have any pain because everybody's pain tolerance is different.
That's a good point. Yeah. That's a good point.
So that is the most unique thing. You're going to smile and you're going to love my customer service that you get from me.
That's
That's
awesome.
the most important thing that I think because if you don't have patient care, if you don't have good quality customer service, it doesn't matter what service you give or how good I am in my field.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's going to want to use me and I'm going to be blackballed in the business
There you
no
go.
matter what it is.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you had a mentor. Do you still utilize that mentor, or do you have other mentors that help you along?
I have other mentors that help me along because most of my mentors have their own businesses
Okay.
and they're still working on themselves and doing their things, but I can reach out to them whenever needed and ask a question or could you send this resource over to me that I can use? Or can you ask someone to help me with this that they're not able to help me? Because there were not a lot of people that could help me in my area of expertise from
Mm-hmm.
SBA because a lot of people didn't do the medical form.
Okay.
Everybody did it a lot of franchises for food, a lot of franchises for books,
Okay.
everything but medical
Okay.
or devices. So when I asked for help, it was like, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So you do what?
Yeah.
And how?
Yeah.
And is that lucrative?
Yeah.
Then they started picking my brain and asking me
Mm-hmm.
questions. And because I knew so much about the area of what I wanted to do, that's how they were able to help me get started.
Good. Good. So have you ever had to turn down a client?
I have.
Okay. Tell me about
I've
it.
turned down a client because the comments were very inappropriate. It was a male.
Okay.
Because I'm a female and I'm coming to your home or your workplace, my safety is everything.
Okay, definitely.
I'm going to watch my surroundings. I'm going to watch how you speak or talk to me. And I'm going to watch how you act because your body language tells a lot.
Mm,
But by the conversation that I had with the client, I literally had to refer them to a hospital lab
okay,
just so that I wouldn't do them. I didn't want to make it seem that I didn't want his service, but I wanted him to know that there's a respect level and there's a way that you can talk to me without being disrespectful.
good, good. And so would you say that there are some pros and cons as being a female entrepreneur?
It is.
Okay.
Um, Sometimes you don't get the respect because of the simple fact you're a woman, and a lot of people think you're ignorant to the fact that, hey, you're an entrepreneur or a businesswoman.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't present yourself as that woman with confidence, they're going to try to take advantage of that
Okay.
and try to run over you and tell you, no, you don't need this. No, you don't need that. You can't do this or you can't do that. How are you going to tell me what I can do and
Mm-hmm.
what I can't do when I already wrote it down what I'm going to do and
Okay.
have in plan or mind to do?
Okay.
I have had that. But now I have such respect for those people who did tell me no, and because it made me want it more and it made me want to go out there and keep going and doing what I need to do. And now they see me, they're like, hey, that's the lab lady over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Hey, Miss White.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, Moneshia, it's always good talking to you, and you can always ask a question. Don't forget that you can always pick my brain. I'm here for you. But um, before we end, what would be some advice for a person who is thinking about starting their own business, whether it's mobile phlebotomy or business in general? What advice would you give from 2 years into the business already?
First, make sure it's something that you're passionate about. It
Mm,
won't feel like a job.
good.
Make sure whatever the task is that you start, you finish it. Don't ever
Awesome.
start anything that you will not finish. I would always say make sure you're happy with what you're getting in return for your product of service. Because if you're not, that means you need to up your game or you need to stop settling for less.
There you go.
Because they will take advantage. Hey, can I get a discount on this? Can I get a discount on that? Oh,
Trust.
you can do it for about cheaper for that. Can you go about $50 down? No, stick with your price.
Good.
Stick with what you have. If that's what you're asking for, stick with it.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, guys, this has been great. This has been Moneshia White from White Labs. This has been an awesome conversation. This has been the good, bad, and bougie of business. So we will see you guys next time.